Hello all, welcome to this lecture on the Ajmer sex scandal. Ladies and gentlemen, today we delve into the darkest chapters in our nation's history, the Ajmer sex scandal of 1992. Over 100 young girls, some as young as 11, fell victim to this heinous crime. This was not just a scandal, it was a brutal assault on innocence and a betrayal of trust. Glaring reflection of the societal rot that allows the atrocities to occur. As we know, Ajmer is a city revered for its spiritual significance, but shattered by the scandal. They expose the vulnerabilities of young women in our conservative society, where silence is often imposed on victims and just remains elusive. The perpetrators, men of influence and power, preyed on these girls. They befriended them, gained their trust, and then trapped them in a web of blackmail and exploitation. This was not just a crime, it was a calculated, cold blooded operation driven by a sense of impunity and entitlement. When the scandal broke, it sent shockwaves across the nation. The public was outraged. But for the victims, the nightmare had only begun. They faced social ostracism, their lives forever marred by the stigma of a crime that they did not commit. Justice was slow and often seemed out of reach. Initial convictions were followed by acquittals and reduced sentences. It took 32 long years for a semblance of justice to be served. As six more accused were finally sentenced to life imprisonment, but can justice be delayed? Ever truly be serve the purpose or the justice is served to them? Just look at the details here. The initial charges were filed, wherein 18 individuals were implicated in the case. First conviction happened. This was in 1992. So the first conviction happened in 1998, where 8 men sentenced to life imprisonment, but 4 of them were later acquitted by the Rajasthan High Court. Then Supreme Court ruling happened in the year 2003, wherein the sentences of 4 convicts were reduced to 10 years. Then we got this ruling from POSCO yesterday, wherein 6 more accused were sentenced to life imprisonment and each fined rupees 5 lakhs. So, in detail, let's have a look into it. In 2024, that is yesterday, a POSCO court finally delivered a verdict that offered some closure, but the scars remain and the pain endures. Each victim's story is a reminder of the systematic failures that allowed such crimes to persist unchecked. The victims of the Ajmer scandal were not just failed by individuals, they were failed by a society that chose silence over action. Guys, this cannot go on forever. This case, like so many others, underscores the urgent need for change. We must ask ourselves, how many more lives must be shattered before we take a stand? The Ajmer sex scandal left a lasting impact on the victims and the broader society, highlighting the need for comprehensive support system, timely justice, and effective measures to prevent and address sexual crimes against minors. The case remains a grim reminder of the need for vigilance and reform in handling sexual exploitation cases. Today, as we reflect on the Ajmer scandal, we must also confront the harsh reality of the recent rape cases that continue to plague our society. Each case is a cry for help, a demand for justice, and a call for systematic reform. We live in a world where women and children are still not safe, where justice is often a distant dream. It is time for us to channel our anger, pain, and grief into action. We must demand accountability, push for legal reforms, and create a society where such atrocities are not just condemned but prevented. Let us honor the courage of the victims by ensuring their stories are not forgotten and by working tirelessly to build a future where justice is swift, certain, and fair. Thank you so much for being there with me on this lecture. Thank you.